One of the inspirations for the Tavern and Hotel is really there were no luxury hotels in all of the Verde Valley.
Michelle Jurison and her husband own and operate the Tavern along with a host of restaurants in the Verde Valley.
Our inspiration for the Tavern Hotel was a hotel that was luxurious and not overpriced, where you could check in and get a couple of cocktails after your long day of traveling, as well as walking to your dinner and your drinking experiences.
A chic boutique hotel nestled in the heart of Old Town Cottonwood. Just a few years ago, you might not have thought the words chic and Cottonwood could be said in the same sentence.
You had to go to Sedona to stay in a luxury hotel unless you were staying in a bed and breakfast, but nothing high-end.
But downtown Cottonwood has definitely become much more uptown and become the perfect escape from the city.
The eateries are amazing in this town. So many new up-and-coming chefs doing their thing, incorporating with the tasting rooms, the wine. It's like a foodie paradise. It's really turning into a destination place, definitely.
And the Tavern takes your getaway to a whole new level. After check-in, you're treated to a complimentary cocktail. The rooms are simple but elegant, with bright and fresh colors that don't overpower. You can book a guest room or a suite, or even the penthouse for a truly over-the-top and one-of-a-kind stay in Cottonwood.
I believe that Cottonwood's a walking town, especially Old Town, and it has so much to offer that you don't want to get in your car.
The Tavern Inn also offers unique packages that let you relax and unwind and experience as much or as little as you want. You can even be adventurous. In fact, you might even recognize this amazing day trip. A few years ago, we took you down the Verde River to go wine tasting. This unique water-to-wine tour takes you downriver to the Alcantara Vineyards, where you then get out and go inside to sample one of Arizona's best wineries. Look out across the rows and rows of grapevines, and I swear you can see a little bit of Tuscany in the mountainous rocks that surround the Alcantara Winery.
We're in the Verde Valley, and we're halfway between Camp Verde and Cottonwood, right on the Verde River with it. The grape is part of the heritage of my wife's family with it. It goes in through Paso Robles with it, with the Martin Wayrick vineyard. And we loved Arizona. We've been in Arizona for 25 years, and she spent about 4 years searching for the perfect property.
Bob Predmore and his wife Barbara are visionaries. When they saw the lush Verde River and the limestone hills, they knew they had found the right location for their vineyard. The Verde Valley had everything they needed.
It's a combination of the sun, which grapes love, but in addition to just pure sunlight with it, you need a temperature differential night to day during the growing season of about 30 degrees. So that kind of puts you where you have to be in a certain region within Arizona. You couldn't necessarily grow good grapes in Phoenix because of that.
You can, of course, taste the goodness of the land in a glass of Alcantara wine. And after a nice, cool, bumpy adventure on a kayak, it's time to sit down and enjoy the fruits of the Predmore's labor.
It's really exciting to see people enjoy the boutique wines because you handcraft them to what you think is what people will like. I think what's especially rewarding is when we get people to come in and say, well, we don't drink reds, or we're beer drinkers and so on. And they'll leave with some of our boldest and best red wines just because they found the taste and the flavor just really agrees with their palates.
Along with a wine tasting lesson, you'll also hear from Barbara and her sommelier, Kat.
Why does Arizona not have the reputation for great wines like a Napa Valley?
Because we're in our infancy. We're really in our infancy. Most of the vineyards and everything, and I think there's over 30 of them now down south in Elgin, Wilcox, and Sonoyta and all. And there's approximately 15 up here, approximately right around here, with wineries and vineyards, there's four of them. And we're learning to walk slowly.
The Predmores planted their first grapes in 2005, and they haven't looked back since. They believe in the land and their future in the Verde Valley.
We think the Verde Valley is a region that's going to go through explosive growth of vineyards in this region because of the terroir and the ability of this environment to really grow some exceptional grapes.
I'll drink to that. After your tasting, you'll be driven back to the hotel, where you can freshen up, then take a walking tour of Old Town, and maybe stop in at other wine tasting rooms. You can shop, maybe grab a cocktail, before heading to dinner at one of the numerous eateries along the main drag. Arizona Highways Television is brought to you by Arizona Public Service and the Arizona Office of Tourism.